If you thought this was a bull run, guys, you are in for a ride. This is nothing compared to what would happen if we broke up above $7.75 a share. That is going to mark the start of a new rocket ship run to the moon, guys. All right? We could go up to potentially $9.86 short term, and then we also have a gap up here at as high as $27 per share. And gaps really tend to be filled. So this is absolutely critical, guys. And we had that dilution news that pushed the stock price down, and boy, bulls are relentless. All right, these bears, they got nothing, man. And also, look at this perfect trend line. We tapped on this red trend line perfectly, and we are forming what looks to be another bull flag. And this bull flag, like the previous one, this previous bull flag, consolidated, bam, popped up. All right, and then now we're consolidating as well. And if we get a bullish move pop up, bam, we could go up as high as $8.75 per share. All right, that's absolutely crazy to think about. Now we have some really good strong catalysts coming up. Of course, September 20th, Neo Day. The new pricing of the ES8 could be a catalyst, and of course, deliveries. If we get good deliveries, that could also be a good catalyst. Right now, the very key thing is that I'm not worried about NEO stock price as long as it stays above this area. Okay, if NEO stock price drops below $5.50, that's when I'll start to be concerned. All right, so this red line right here, this is holding perfectly. This is absolutely beautiful. And right now, it seems like NEO's trading in this kind of descending trend channel. Okay, this descending channel marked by these two purple lines. And if this is, of course, here goes up from the highs of $8.75 down to 3.7 over here. And of course, the recent high of 6.6. And then the channel bottom around 2.5. There is a $2.5 gap way back here. Yeah, formed on April 7th of 2020, and I wouldn't be too worried about this getting filled. This is not a big concern that I have. I don't think the stock price will go down that low and fill it, even though in the past I have said when it was at $60 per share, I said, hey, be careful, there's a gap at 22, and of course we eventually came to 22. I said there's a gap at 8, be careful, and then NEO stock did come down to 8, and I also said there's a gap at around 4.7, and of course NEO stock did go down to 4.7, but I don't think that we will get down to $2.5 per share. You need some sort of major disaster, some major sanction, or some crazy stuff to push the stock price down that low, and I just don't see that happening. And right now, the key thing for bulls is to push the stock price above this purple trend line right here. Get it above at least $7.7 per share. Take out this high, and then boy, you got a higher high going forward. And this is really going to be very, very bullish looking forward. And if you zoom out on the big picture, all right, and a lot of people have been saying, hey, NEO stock has just been trending down so much, it seems to look like we're bottoming. Okay, kind of looks like we're bottoming, and this kind of does look like a double bottom, with this purple line being the neckline. Right, you got one bottom, two bottom. Yeah, kind of looks like it's bottoming, and if we break out, that could also bring us a measured move up to as high as $15 per share. Okay, and looking at it right now, there's a lot of buyers willing to step in at around $3, $4, $5 mark. I mean, in the single digits. You're buying NEO stock at the single digits, which I believe long term, this will be a $1 trillion company. All right, long term. Now, $1 trillion company did used to mean $650 per share, but of course, right now with the dilution, it means more around $600 per share. So that still represents a 100x opportunity if NEO's market cap gets to $1 trillion. Right now, the market cap only about $12 billion. This is a company worth way more than that. Just the technology itself is worth about more than that. And then you also have the infrastructure All right. Don't forget, this company has more infrastructure than Tesla here in China. Okay, absolute crazy. And of course, the product speaks for itself. The products blow it out of the water. All right. Everybody says NIO's cars are way better than Tesla's, me included. Okay. So, just to recap, we are on the verge of reversing. This is what we had in the past month or so. This is not a bull run. All right. This is not a bull run compared to what we're going to witness if we actually had a bull run. If we actually had a bull run, boy, oh boy, this is going to go up and up and up. Remember what happened back here, man, right? Back here, what happened here? There was so much fear of bankruptcy. They had very low cash, all right? Everybody's calling for bankruptcy. And even when Hefei saved them, right? Hefei saved them. It was around here. People were saying, oh, this is just an asset swap, and then this is bad for the company. But then they were proven wrong. And then we had this perpetual short squeeze that just squeezed the shorts. Nobody anticipated the fact that it went from like single digits, $3 per share, to 12 to 30, 20, 30, 40, 50, $60 per share. Absolute crazy. The shorts got obliterated in that bull run, and it didn't take that long. All right, from here it was around March of 2020, okay, and then all the way to the top it was basically November. So in the span of about 7-8 months, you went from $3 per share all the way up to $60 per share in just the span of 7-8 months. So and we've been trending down so long, and the bears have become complacent. These guys, the bears, they're idiots. They don't know, like, that NIO is on the verge of becoming profitable. All right, at least they're trying hard to. Okay, and there's a pretty significant likelihood of it becoming profitable with the price cuts and also, cost savings, and also the increase in sales. And if we do get profitable, then the fear of bankruptcy absolutely goes away. And just like last time when the fear of bankruptcy absolutely went away, we had that skyrocket move up. Bam, 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 bam. Right? 20x. So I wouldn't be too surprised. If profitability happens, bam, we are just going to be way, way, way further from the current stock price of $6 per share. We're going to be way, 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 way higher. Okay? And of course, if profitability doesn't even happen, still we're going to be very close to becoming profitable. Okay? So, I wouldn't be too worried as long as we're above $5.50 per share. And then the trigger for a rocket move up to the moon would be a break above $7.70 a share. That is going to mark the beginning of the spaceship launch to the moon. Okay? So just be careful of, when this thing takes off, it's going to go very, very fast. In the span of just 8 months, it could 20x. All right. So just keep that in mind. All right. Of course, none of this is financial advice. And of course, NIO stock could absolutely just continue in this channel and drop down to $2.5 per share, even though I don't really see that happening. Okay, there's a gap down here, 2.5. There's a gap down here, 1.55. I don't think these gaps will get filled, but you never know. Okay, you never know for sure. Okay, so hopefully this is indeed a bull flag, and we're gonna get a massive breakout soon. And yeah, that's gonna be very juicy. So fasten your seatbelt, guys. This is a good time to be on this spaceship, guys. As always, stay safe, stay healthy. Peace out.